Let's get into this video, guys.
Minutes.
My father was really influential at a really critical time where I had a summer where I played basketball when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and a very prominent summer league in Philadelphia called the Sunny Hill League. And here I come playing, and I don't score 1 point the entire summer.
Really?
Not one.
How old were you?
11, 10, 11.
And you're playing against other 10, 11-year-olds?
Uh-huh.
And you didn't score once?
Not one.
Were you in the game?
I was in the game.
How'd you not score?
Because I was terrible.
Really?
Yeah. I remember crying about it, being upset about it, and my father just gave me a hug and said, listen, whether you score 0 or score 60, I'm going to love you no matter what.
Oh, wow.
Now, that is the most important thing that you can say to a child.
Facts.
Because from there, I was like, okay, that gives me all the confidence in the world to fail. I have the security there. But to hell with that, I'm scoring 60.
He said, to hell with that, I'm scoring 60. Listen, RIP to the GOAT, Kobe Bryant. But what I think that he was hitting on is so important. There is nothing like a father's influence when you're trying to achieve greatness. Just imagine that if his father wasn't there, then he wouldn't have received the push to go forward, to then go on later and achieve the amount of greatness of what he did. I mean, irrespective of being 10 or 11 years old, it's hard to even imagine Kobe ever having a bad season, but that is...
This is the thing, though. People fail to understand that having a father in your life has the ability to uplift you or bring you down. Now, that doesn't mean that you need a father in your life. I mean, I believe you do, but there are certain examples of people who didn't have fathers in their lives and they did turn out to be successful. But I do believe that the father's presence helps women to stay off of stripper poles and men to not be in the streets. But with that being said, let's continue.
Is the impact of a father. What's crazy is that Kobe's story actually reminds me of my own story. Back when I was a kid, I was put into martial arts, and I remember, although I was bigger than some of these kids, they were always submitting me, but they had more experience, but I didn't really understand the importance of technique. And I remember my pops telling me that losing is just as important as winning on your quest to be great, only if you continue to learn from your losses. What I've realized the older that I get is that children benefit from security and stability the same way that women benefit from stability and security. Security, stability, and order are your duty as a masculine man.
You know how you get mentally tough? It's a lifestyle. Instead of hitting that snooze button in the fucking morning and not making your bed, not cleaning your house, you don't hit the snooze button. You get up. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to make your bed, you make your bed. You don't want to clean your house, you clean your house.
Facts.
You don't want to study, you fucking study. That's how you start to callous your mind. It's going to suck.
Yep.
It's not going to be fun. Do something that sucks every single day of your life.
Every day.
That's how you grow.
Yep. Listen, you become mentally tough by doing tough shit. The same way that you become stronger by lifting heavy weights. It's the same concept. Life today for most humans have just become way too easy. We don't have to hunt, plant food, find shelter, find water. So most of us in this first world society don't have to work hard in order to achieve the bare minimum. But as men...
Real talk, because people don't want to put in the work. People don't want to put in the work. How can you become great if you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone in order to be able to achieve results? You should definitely be doing certain things that are uncomfortable or boring every single day in order to be able to put yourself in a position of success 5 years down the line, 10 years, 20 years, and so on and so forth. No cap, no kizzy herb. Let's go.
Man, you have to understand that if you want to be a cut above the rest, if you want to be great, your pursuit towards excellence will come at pain. It will come at sacrifice. But the more that you do it is the more that you will callous your mind, which will prepare you to take on much more difficult tasks than the next man. Think of any competitive athlete anywhere. The amount of grind that they put in to reach that level of competition should be the same amount of effort that you are putting into your everyday grind and your purpose to achieve greatness. One of the things I actually thought about as Goggins was talking is this very YouTube channel right here. Y'all think that I wanted to be prospecting, creating, and editing, and uploading multiple videos a day while I was working a 9-to-5 in corporate America? That came with a lot of pain and a lot of sacrifice, and I did it for years with literally no views. So if you're trying to be successful, I have one question to ask you. Are you prepared for that type of grind to be successful?
What are you willing to do to be able to level up and become successful? No cap.
Okay, so fatherless homes, and this is a fascinating stat, they've tripled over the last 50 years.
Damn.
Why? Why do you think that is?
Yeah, well, there's a few reasons for that. Number one, the welfare system, it really rewarded moms for not having a man in the home.
Correct.
And then you also have the fact that the family court systems in this country are not favorable to dads. They favor moms.
Correct.
Most men start from under the bus and they get financially strapped, they get humiliated, and they're trying to fight for just a small piece of custody, and it pushes so many good dads that can't keep fighting out of their kids' lives. Then you also have,
Facts.
you know, your no-show dads. So you have a trifecta there that's just creating a disaster in our society.
Father's Day is the worst holiday in the world. I've done the research, I already know. Let me tell you something. Mother's Day is the second most celebrated holiday in the world. Christmas is first. So that means it's Jesus, then your mama. You know what Father's Day fall at? Number 20.
Damn.
I can't think of 18 other holidays. Do you realize Halloween is number 6? Does that mean ghosts and goblins go before fathers?
Facts.
Arbor Day is number 13. I don't even know what that is.
What is that? Yeah.
It's the plan.
I just know it come before me. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Columbus Day is number 16. Celebrating Columbus Day is like celebrating somebody finding money in your house. Where you get that $50 from? I discovered it in your kitchen.
We all often hear from feminists how much of a detriment that men are to the progression of society. But in reality, the absence of fathers have done much more to harm society than the oppressive patriarchy that they complain about.
You know how fake gurus are? A guru I know rented a Lambo and then he hit the curb when he pulled up to the mansion that he had rented.
You can't make this up. The absence of a father in the household is very, very critical to why men turn into gang activity and women turn into stripper poles. This is exactly why I said what I said.
Studies show that with the presence of a father, children do better in school, have better mental, physical, and emotional health. So the real question is when will the majority of modern women today finally realize the lies that feminism has spread to them and admit that the nuclear family is an integral portion or component of a functional society, instead of marketing that women can be independent and do it alone and can function better without a man presence in the household. The same household that within a civilization took both contributions from men and women to build. But now they want to just rewrite history. And last but not least, let's at least get Father's Day more celebrated than Columbus Day. I mean, damn.
I really want a family. I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40. There's a lot of stress on me right now.
I know it's all you.
Copyright. In my initial appointment, they found an ovarian cyst the size of a tennis ball. This is Lolo Jones, by the way.
Yeah, that is definitely Lolo Jones. This just goes to show you why this society is messed up in its own way. Because feminism has lied to women and told them that they're equal to men and that they're going to have a long time before they eventually end up finding a husband. That they should just use their 20s to party, smoke, drink, have intercourse with random men. You know what I'm saying? And then they end up reaching 40 and they're not married yet. You could literally go on a dating app today and find so many women that are in their 40s, 50s that are still looking for love. And the reality is that once you reach that certain age, first and foremost, 90% of your eggs are already gone by the age of 35. You're not training yourself on how to become the best woman that you could become for marriage, the best wife, the best mother, because you're focused on your career, because feminism has lied to you and told you that you're equal to a man, even though that's not the way God created it. This is an example right now. So for people like her, and for other women now that are out there that are not even at her level, right, modern day level, because she's achieved a lot of success, she's an Olympic champion, right? Focus on trying to become the best woman possible for your future husband, for your children, and you should be fine. Let's continue.
Away. Okay. She's getting blood done. They checked my hormones and AMH levels to see if it was even possible for me to start IVF. Meetings with Dr. Chappelle and the senior. Okay, what's she saying?
Hormone levels are normal, so we're gonna proceed with the process of
Copyright.
6.
Okay. The first shot of many. Okay, so she's starting IVF. I have to do multiple shots, 11 days in a row. It's a big old needle. IVF to be continued. Okay, that's the rest of the video. Let's talk about this real quick. What's particularly sad about this story is that when we generally talk about modern women today, we talk about those that have maybe rode the carousel down into the past and kind of expect a guy to wife all that up going into the future. But Lolo Jones, from my understanding, is actually a virgin. So think about this, being a virgin that's waiting for marriage. She's very attractive. She's in incredible shape because she was an Olympian, but she still can't find a man. Further demonstrating.
Let's keep it a buck, bro. And like I said, it's love coming from this side. There's no way you're 40 years old and not in America. Now, what I will agree, or what I would say is that if anything, probably her body count is low. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way at the age of 40, she, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to believe. And for to be honest, but with that being said, I will say that she does seem like a woman that has focused on her career for a very long portion of her life, and she allowed her career to overtake her having children. Now she's in a rush to be able to have a child. I don't know. This just goes to show you, bro. Like, excuse me. In certain instances, you have to be very, very careful of what you ask for, because a woman believes that as she grows in fame and success and money, that it's going to increase her chances of getting the man she wants. But she doesn't realize that that's only going to decrease it, because if you're a woman that's making $500,000 a year, $1 million a year, 100,000, a man that's making that same amount doesn't want you. He wants a woman that's working at McDonald's. He doesn't want you. That's what it is. So women have to stop being lied to, and y'all have to stop being delusional and keep it a buck with yourselves and tell yourselves the truth to be able to level up. That's what it is. Let's continue.
Demonstrating that a woman's accolades do not make her attractive or sought after. She can be a great athlete, but that may not translate into being a great option. But it also makes you think, how long is her checklist, or what barriers has she been setting up in pursuit of getting married? She grew up in a time period where feminism was at its damn height. So it must be confusing as heck to have all of these accolades and to have this movement pushing how awesome you are, but then a man has yet to sign up for that task. In reality, she's experiencing right now what a lot of modern women are experiencing. It's just that she's brave enough to put it on social media. The timing of the story is crazy, because I recently just talked to my homegirl the other day who said that she went through IVF and decided to have a baby with a guy who was questionably within her life. And she decided to do so because she's almost 40 as well, and her doctors told her that her time is running out. But so many women today are sold the dream that they can have it all, that they can be as independent as they want, that they are exclusively the prize, and not to work on your.
All those lies that are being sold are to their detriment, unfortunately, you know. And it takes people that are woke to be able to be honest with them. So this is my advice for all the women that are watching this channel, or that watch this channel. If you come across a man that doesn't have any intentions to have any sexual relation to you at all, thank him if he actually tells you the truth. Because a lot of women make it seem as if a man doesn't want to be honest with them. But then you have a man that's honest and you can't handle the truth. Be grateful, right? Be grateful, 100%. It's not an easy thing. You understand? Let's continue.
yourself to become more marriageable for men, which many are finding out today is increasing the opportunity for them never to have a family. But their biological drivers, when that wall hits, is telling them that there's something gravely wrong. Now modern women today are going through great lengths to ensure that they can have a family, irrespective of the data of the value of nuclear families. It's just a crazy time that we live in. But listen, at the end of the day, I wish her nothing but the best. I do hope that her procedure goes successful so she can hold off on it as long as that she wants, as she looks to find a guy that, would perhaps marry her. And listen, the last thing I want to say about this, I actually mentioned this in a video a few months back, is that I wish that there was a place where more people would see the truth about how their lives are concluding based off of the decisions and the choices that they have made.
There is a way, MTR. You need to go off of history. What do they tell us from when we're young? If you fail to learn from history, it's going to repeat itself again. If you want an indicator of the way your life is going to go to an extent, pay attention to the way your parents' lives went. And that's really going to show you, if you don't change certain things about your life, where you're going to be headed towards. Real talk. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention to the signs, you're going to be able to pick up on it, man, and then move accordingly.
In the past, because I think what happens is that on social media, everyone pushes, the marriages and the weddings, and everyone's smiling, and they never talk about the truth of reality of the situations. But what we just saw right here at the end of this Lolo Jones clip is the reality of her particular situation. When your checklist is this high and you're not equating your value to what is realistic for you in the dating marketplace today, not based off your accolades, but how much are you seen as a marriageable woman from a guy's perspective? And if you don't realize it soon enough, then this can be your results. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do, Mio.
That's what it is, man. We have to start paying attention to signs like this so we can be able to be woke and see the reality for the way it is. You understand? All right, guys, we're going to get into some entertainment a little bit, and then from there, we're going to be done with this live stream. We're going to watch one of my good guys, Canel Joseph.